5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, morning, night, wherever you are in the world. And it is morning to Nate, who's already in. Good morning, Nate. Back at the top of the tree where you finished last season. I fucking hate this programme. Look, I'm going to keep it short this week. I'm going to go 2-2 for every fucking game. See ya. See you next week.
No 6-0s this week, though.
To be honest with you, how many draws are there? I mean, if we were still doing pools, I'd have been a bloody millionaire.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? You can't, like you say, mate, you just can't call it.
You can't. Absolutely not. As well, I can't call it. Nate can. Because Nate's got me again. I can't call it at all. I just don't know what I'm doing. And I know, no disrespect, mate, but I know I'm having a bad time when you score more than me.
Oh, you see, well, I'm bringing it back, mate. I told you it's going to be a greater comeback than Christ when I climb the Super 6 table.
I tell you what, your wife will enjoy your second coming.
She did the other night, pal.
Hey! I've got nowhere to go with that, have I? Let's be honest. Right, okay. Welcome along to the prediction show. Week 9, we had obviously 2 weeks. If you haven't got your predictions in, if you're in the league, we do every game here just for a bit of fun. And obviously, Josh and Mia are vying for the Barry Fry Memorial Trophy.
Still alive.
Oh, yeah, not quite Memorial Trophy. But, you've got until 12 o'clock tomorrow because we did have the midweek game on that. Right. Well, look, this is what happened last night. Yes, it was last night, wasn't it? No, it was Tuesday night.
Some games were last night and then others were Tuesday, so you're half right.
I'm half. Well, these games were Tuesday. Shouldn't have had that vodka, should I? Look. Birmingham started the season so well. Sheffield Wednesday held them to a 2-2. Again, coming from behind. Blackburn Rovers, we've said this before, haven't we? They are in dire straits. We're beaten by Swansea, who we've got obviously at the weekend. Bristol City, again, who set off well. Ipswich. You know, look, people have been going mad about Leicester, and we'll come on to that in a second, but Ipswich, they've not had the start they wanted. And even after they put 5 past Sheffield United, they've not really built on that, have they?
Nah, just not kicked on from it, mate. You sort of thought that, live on Sky that game as well, you think, 5-0 win in front of the cameras, it should be the catalyst to kickstart your season, really. But as you say, mate, since then, they've not been anything special, have they, really? But I think, you've touched on it before, Chris, even in that game, up until second half, really, it was still a game that could have gone either way, really. Sheffield United, from what I remember of the game, they were well in it, and then obviously they just completely capitulated. So
Yes.
maybe the 5-0 scoreline was more flattering than what it came across and what it looked like.
Yeah. Dorco, I agree with you. Well, I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to have a week off. I'm not going to do any well, I've not even bloody watched them, to be honest with you. Hull, a 2-2 there with Preston. Preston, again, had their usual good start and sort of falling away. Look, Leicester won, Wrexham won. And this was a game that, yes, we should have won. And the first half was probably the best 45 minutes I've seen us play in over a season. You know, played that well last week. Excuse me. We should have capitalised on that. We didn't. We let them back in. It was 1-1. My God, some of the fans don't know what they expect. You know, I did a thing. It literally was 131 days ago now, or 132 possibly. But when I did the review show Monday, it was 130. When we were the worst team in the country, not just the Premier League, worst team. Actually, although we weren't the worst team in the Premier League because we had Ipswich and Southampton below us, we set so many records, and yet. And last year, we would have bitten your cock off to get a 1-1 draw under Ruud van Nistelrooy, wouldn't we? You know, that's no AI. Stop it. I'm not. Request. Get back in your basket. She does take things too literally sometimes. You want to see me bite marks, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's one of them where. Had that game been away, I think a lot of fans might have been a bit more lenient with it. I think it's because you sort of, whatever league you're in, you from your home games, you want to try and win.
Yeah.
I always say, home games, try and win. When you play away, just get whatever you can. I agree with you, mate. I thought first off, we just looked totally dominant, so in control. We were keeping the ball well. Sometimes it was sort of possession for possession's sake. We didn't, and then second half again, we came out, dominated the ball for me, and then you could sort of see Wrexham coming into it. Maybe some players were tiring slightly. It was just the subs that done it for me, pal.
He didn't get it right this week, did he?
No, he didn't. That's the thing, mate. He didn't, and like you say, he's not always going to get it right. But I think, from watching it on the TV, sort of thought, well, he's happy to sort of see out a 1-0 win here. But he's come out and said that he didn't really want to play like that. He wanted the players to go for it a bit more, and obviously we couldn't carve them open. Really, I thought they defended pretty well. But I think you could always see their goal coming, to be honest with you. I think it's funny because I think 5 minutes before, obviously, the goal came from Vestergaard trying to shield the ball out. He made a cock up of it, and then obviously the cross come in. It was like 5 minutes before, Christiansen pretty much done the same thing. And I thought to myself, only takes another one of them, really. And to be fair to Broadhead, it were a cracking finish.
Oh, it was, yeah. He's the most expensive player. Obviously, had they actually picked Connor Cody, we might have won 5-0. But they didn't. And I've got to say, 80%, if not 90% of the team that Marty is playing with is the team that Ruud was playing with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know we've bought 4 or 5 players, but we haven't bought them. There's a couple of freebies. Well, they're all freebies, let's be honest with you, and some of them are even just loans, 3 of them. And, I know, look, we made the mistake to let that goal in, but, we conceded 80 goals under Ruud van Nistelrooy last season. That is so much better this season. And these players, apart from James, James was brilliant, and for God's sake, just get him signed up now. But for me, James is the good one. Ramsey, well, we don't know yet. He got sent off. Carranza, maybe he's got to get used to English football. But he sorted the defence out. And that's the first thing you have to do, because I know we're firing blank. But even if we had, I don't know, Gary Lineker up there that's scoring 20 a season. But if we're conceding 40 a season, it doesn't matter. People set it out. But I wasn't disappointed with that, but I seem to be on my own with that particular judgment. Middlesbrough Stoke, top of the table clash. Couldn't decide anything between them, 0-0. Southampton actually got a win, which was a surprise because they've really struggled. And I think, I think Will Still will be the next manager to go, possibly. And Derby again was a 1-1 draw enough for them? I don't think so. Against the promoted team, I think they maybe should have done better. And then last night, Coventry. Look again. When people are going like, "Oh, no, Leicester is shit," we stopped Coventry scoring.
And they looked pretty ordinary against us, I thought, as well. I don't think they looked anything special.
No. Does that look like a sample that I'm drinking there? Supposed to be good for you, though. No. I'm going to say, what I'm drinking. I found a can of lager that I started the other day, and there's a very little bit at the end. And waste not, want not. I'll just put it in the lemonade there. Yeah, Coventry, like I said, has scored more goals than anybody in this division. And, we made them look ordinary. As you say, we stopped them scoring. They went to Millwall, away at Millwall, which is a fucking awful place to go. And they put 4 past them. And West Brom only just managed to beat Norwich. Portsmouth and Watford got the 2-2. And QPR and Oxford got the 0-0. And this is what it's done to the table. And I still say, Josh, if I'd have said, the last game of the season last year, that we would be sat after 8 games in 6th place with 3 clean sheets, you'd have told me to fuck off, wouldn't you?
I think it's... I don't really know. I mean, I know... I always sort of said that winning the Premier League was one of the best things to happen to us and one of the worst things to happen to us. Obviously, the best thing is because it's it's lifetime memories and it's something that I don't think we'll ever see sporting wise, especially in football. Again, a team and a club our size to go on and win probably outside the World Cup and the Champions League. Really, one of the most prestigious football sort of tournament leagues in the world. And I think ever since then, obviously, you sort of we got used to the years of success, obviously under Claudio and then Brendan and then sort of obviously it's curtailed now to the point where we're back in the Championship. For me, I think going into the season, pre-season was an absolute shit show, weren't it, really? Until obviously we got Marty and we didn't get him until, what was it, end of June, something like that.
We had one pre-season game, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that needs to be taken into account. I like what he's doing. I don't really put anything on Marty at all, to be honest with you, apart from, as I say, his subs on Tuesday were a bit suspect. I didn't really understand it. But having said that, sort of, when the game went 1-1, he brought on extra attackers to try and win the game. He brought Carranza and Ayew on, and as much as you can say Ayew as an attacker, he's not really. Yeah. He's not playing like one at the minute. But for me, mate, I think at the minute it's obviously we want to win every game. Especially in this league, it's not possible because anybody could beat anybody. Yes. I think at the minute we just need to try and get as many points on the board as we can. Chances are we're still going to get a points deduction. So as long as it sort of keeps us when the deduction comes, when it'll be, I don't know.
The bad news about the deduction.
Go on, say that again.
You want the bad news about the deduction?
Go on.
All this business that we did in the summer, the selling and what have you, has no effect on our current PSR situation that we are being investigated for.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look, Dorco said there, 4 draws in a row is rubbish. I'll tell you what is rubbish, Dorco, right? Sit down, you might want to make a note of this. What is rubbish was being the first team to ever lose 7 home league matches in a row without scoring at home, which was extended to 9 when after relegation was confirmed. I tell you what is also rubbish, Dorco. First team ever to go 9 consecutive home league matches without scoring in top flight English football. I mean, that they are bad. An average goal conceded ratio of 2.36 per game. It's now 0.87. That was rubbish. Also rubbish was an average goal scored ratio of less than a goal, 0.82 per game. It's now 1.25. In 25 league games under Ruud van Nistelrooy, we scored 17. We've now got 10 in 8. We managed 1 win in 17 consecutive matches under Ruud van Nistelrooy. And you were complaining about 4 draws in a row. Well, I'll tell you what, Dorco, you go back and you support Leicester last season, put the video on, watch it, and enjoy that 1 win in 17 games. Because obviously for you, that was fucking brilliant. That was Disneyland, wasn't it? You know, that was what's she, Kunis woman. I mean, sexually compared to this, you know, I'd say what do people, you know, and people are saying you can't compare last season because they were playing Premier League teams. We were in the Premier League last season. That makes us a Premier League team. And once you get past the top 6 or 7, they were pretty much of a muchness. You know, all we beat was with the under Van Nistelrooy, apart from the first game, was Ipswich and Southampton, and they were already down. Unbeaten, as Michael said, in 6 straight games. You know, I don't. Yeah, I do need to give the head a wobble. In those 25 games under Van Nistelrooy, we kept 2 clean sheets. We've now got 3 in 8 and 4 in 9 if you include the friendly against Fiorentina. I tell you what, Dorco, I'll go and I'll buy the video and send it to you so you can sit there of a night and be absolutely bloody miserable, but actually you'd be enjoying how we played last.
I think you know what it is. Maybe some people have underestimated how good the Championship is, and majority of this squad.
It's funny, sorry, mate.
Sorry, no, go on.
But when we were getting relegated, draws are not enough. I know they're not enough, but would you sooner have losses, which is what we were suffering last season? It is a work in progress. This is a guy who's had less than 10. Well, he's had 10 games in charge, including a pre-season friendly and a Coca-Cola Fizzy Pop Cup game, whatever it was. And you expect him to suddenly turn into Sir Alex Ferguson, playing with virtually the same players that were so fucking awful under Ruud. And people were saying, when we got relegated, they were saying like, "Oh, do you know what? It's really tough to get out of the Championship. It's really one of the most competitive leagues." And now we've got people saying, "Oh, the shit teams in the Championship. We should walk this."
I think you touched on an important point, mate, about saying it's the same players that obviously got us relegated. So you got to take that into account as well. You know, Marty, he were late coming in pre-season. Weren't allowed to make any signings during, you know, we've got players in on loan and on frees and stuff. He's had no money to spend. He's had to take a group of players on that have been relegated, losing most weeks last season. So the confidence is down within the squad. Morale was going to shit. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
By all accounts, stories coming out. There were stories about players being unhappy, players wanting to leave. He's got that to contend with, as well as trying to keep the squad happy. Yeah. Picking players week in, week out, trying to get them up for games. So he's, if anything, I'd say, if you're frustrated, aim it more towards the players. I wouldn't aim it at Marta Cifuentes at all. He's been dealt with shit. He's been dealt a really shit hand. I think people as well have got to realise that he paid money. So he paid money. He basically like gave up a lot of money to QPR so he could come here because he wants to be here. Do you know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know if Dorku's aiming it towards Marty or what. Everybody's got their own opinion, but for me, mate, it's.
I'm not saying Dorku is wrong. That's his opinion, and he is his opinion. I'm just putting the other side to it. Now, you take one or take another. I hate people that have an opinion and go, well, everybody else is wrong. I hate that. That's how the world is these days. And that was what was happening in the post-match reaction afterwards, after the watch-along. But if you come and say, like Dorco says there, draws are not enough. A point away is good when you're playing West Brom, who were up there with us. A draw against Coventry, who have scored 22 goals in 8 matches. And we stopped them scoring. That's not bad. Yes, we want wins. Of course we do. But to say that it's rubbish, that's silly. That's silly talk. Draws are not enough. It's disappointing. It's frustrating. Yes, but it's not rubbish. Rubbish with what we put up with last season. But anyway, we've got some predictions to get wrong.
Yeah, let's do it. Can't wait.
Sorry, it's just my pet thing at the moment. I just don't know sometimes what people want. There's no new table this week, which I'm really pleased about because I had a shit week and Josh had a really good week.
I
did. Yes. But I'm going to say the reason for that is because there was two sets of games this week. Obviously, at the weekend. And there was a Monday night game, and then it went straight into the Tuesdays and the Wednesdays. So, there wasn't a Monday night game, but it went straight into Tuesday, Wednesdays. So Brad hasn't had a chance to update it. So when he does update it, it will actually include these results tonight as well. And I just hope I do, because I'd say it did fucking awful. I got a big fat 0. So it shows I know absolutely nothing about football. And then, of course, we've got this. The Barry Fry Not Yet Memorial.
Not yet.
If anybody lives near around Peterborough or goes to watch Peterborough, just give Barry Fry a knock on us. We'd love to get him on here and have a. He's a lovely guy and he likes a joke, and I'm sure he'd enjoy it. But look, there it is, a very own trophy. Last week I pulled it back to 6-6. Go on, Josh. What's the score now?
So after last weekend's games, Chris, I can happily say you got 2 results right. I got 1 correct score and 2 correct results. So the score is now Chris 8, Josh 11.
No, I would like to say well done on the 1 week. I wouldn't probably mean it, but what I really want to say is, there you go. No, I don't mean that AI. Wait, no, that wasn't me. That was the thing I got on the screen later. You go make yourself a coffee, and if you're late, I'll start myself, so don't worry. Right, here we go. So, yeah, well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
Midweek's not going to make any bloody difference because I got a big fat 0. So, I got a 0 in the Super 6. I don't know what I got in the rest of them. I probably do need to go back and check that. Let me check the filing system. I love you, Chris. Do carry on the good work. I love watching. Oh, sorry, that's a different. No, I didn't do it. Oh, hang on. There's more at the bottom.
I don't think we did the Barry Fry for the midweek.
No, we didn't. That's a good point, actually. No, we didn't. So at least I didn't get 0 again. Right, these are this week's games, starting tomorrow night with some Welsh club hosting Birmingham. Early kick-off on Saturday, Blackburn against Stoke. We've got Hull against Sheffield United. We've got Sheffield Wednesday against Coventry City. Good luck with that, Sheffield. We've got Bristol City in the first Super 6 game hosting QPR. Derby in the second Super 6 game hosting Southampton. Excuse me. Millwall hosting Albion. Again, that's a Super 6 game. Portsmouth or Pompey hosting Charlton, which is a Super 6, as is Swansea, Leicester, of course. And then you've got Watford, Oxford, and finally on Sunday, the East Anglian Derby, which I think is going to be quite close. And that's the Ipswich Norwich on the Sunday. Boris Karloff went to my school in Uppingham, but he had left when I was there. I should hope he bloody left, mate, because he's about 175 years old now, isn't he? I'm sure you're not that old, Dorco, even with that profile picture. Right, let's jump into this. Tomorrow night, Wrexham hosting Birmingham, and I've changed it all round again, just to confuse everybody. This is going to be a tight one. 34% probability for Wrexham, Birmingham 38. Are you able to read those when they come up, Josh?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
I didn't know they were too small. That's good. I don't have to go through everything then. Wrexham like to attack more than defend. Birmingham, yeah, they are struggling on that. And when you look at the goals scored, 13 by Wrexham and 14 by Birmingham. So they do quite like it to score an odd goal. Team rating, Wrexham are doing the better. Clean sheets, either of them doing particularly good there. And it's 20th hosting 12. This isn't a Super 6 game, but how do you see this one going?
I'll let you pick first, because I'm a gentleman and because I had such a good week. But just before...
Just so you can do something different, isn't it? What it is.
Before I give my prediction, I will say, yeah, on this, as you say, mate, two promoted teams. Birmingham, I both the teams, Birmingham they've looked the better. I know, obviously, it's a bit of a silly thing to say, really, when we beat Birmingham 2-0 and we drew Wrexham. But yeah. I think, it's an hard one to call because Wrexham at home, I think on the day they can beat anybody. The other night, they didn't really see much of the ball against us, but they showed what they can do when they get chances. There's a good chance they're going to take them. So, I've got a score in my head, but I'll let you go first.
Okay. And Michael, yes, I know this was done before last night's games because I actually do have a life other than this, so I did these early. So it's not a great difference to what it actually is, 15th playing 11th. But yeah, I was actually doing something other than football. This is a really difficult one. Wrexham, when you look at them there, the last four, drawn, lost, and Birmingham lost. And it's been a while since they won. And they are actually getting a little bit iffy with their manager. I hate to start with a draw.
But you're going to.
No, Craig has done well. Michael's gone 3-1 Wrexham. Craig's gone 3-2 Wrexham. I think it will be Wrexham. I think the fact that it's at home. Although sometimes when they're at home, I think they suffer because the fans are expecting more. But look, they both played each other last season, but different squads, different thing. It is going to be a close one. Birmingham have only scored 7 goals. So I don't think Birmingham are going to get too many. I think I'm going to go 2-0 to Wrexham.
2-0 Wrexham.
I did think about 2-1, but Danny Ward's not in goal at the moment, so
I'm going to go 1-1 for this one.
Oh, you do start with a draw.
Yeah. I can't really split them, mate. To be honest, I think, as you say, two totally more or less brand new squads. Really, they both spent a lot of money, or a lot of money relative to the Championship, I guess. I think it's I think if anybody's going to be right in this one, it'll probably be you. But I'll go.
Michael just said I could see a 1-1.
Cheers, Michael.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Draw until Josh went for it, but
1-1 for me, mate. I can't split these.
No, I understand, and I'm going to regret going 2-0, but look, I've done it now. I mean, everything, when you look at the table, but we've seen that the table positions actually probably count for very little at the moment because, Birmingham have got 11 points, and, we're sort of 6 places above them on 13. There's only 2 points difference there. But,
exactly. I don't think really you can take much from the table until probably mid-November, sort of heading towards beginning of December, and that's where you think, right, it sort of starts to. I mean, again, having said that, points deduction for us, we don't really know, but the table sort of starts to take shape around December time, running into the Christmas period.
Michael's taking this much too seriously. Maybe I should. Birmingham has been rough, and their fullbacks were exploited lately. Kabore will give them issues, so will Clifford Moore and Broadhead. I have to say, Broadhead, Wrexham's sort of most expensive ever purchase, and like you say, he took that goal so well. But Kabore is their top-rated player, and he was giving. Well, look, Thomas got a yellow card, didn't he? And then got taken off at half time. So. Yeah. Michael, Michael, will you look? Michael, come to me, and give me your score prediction. You know a lot more than I do. I'm literally like the tail on the end of the donkey and putting it, up his nose. That's the way. Right. Next up, it's Blackburn versus Stoke. 22nd playing third. And that is current for Stoke. Excuse me.
That's you.
Excuse me. This was Steve gave me this. But Blackburn Rovers are actually in 22nd. So actually that one is right. 30 again, and I mean surprisingly. 38% for Blackburn, 34% for. Are you sure, AI? I'm sure you've done these right. You're doing that at the same time. I'm not surprised. Yes, lovely girl. Stoke again got off to a good start, but they've not won in 3 games. But then again, nor have Blackburn. Almost exactly the same there. And the home and away, by the way, that's Blackburn Rovers' home form and Stoke's away form, the one on the right. So, for the consecutive games. Look, XG, pretty much all for Stoke. Neither of them are going to be looking good at keeping a clean sheet. But Blackburn not scoring particularly well. Stoke reasonably tight at the back. I'm going to let you go first with this one.
Thank you. I was actually genuinely going to let you go first on every single one this week, but seeing as you being a gentleman, had this been at Stoke's ground, I'd have been more inclined to say I think Stoke could win fairly comfortably, to be honest. But because it's at Ewood Park, Blackburn ain't had the best start, to be honest. But they're always a strange. They're a strange one. I'm gonna go 2-1 Blackburn. 2-1 Stoke.
Oh God, yeah, I'm with you.
2-1 Stoke.
Yeah, just bear with me, guys. I just need to get the wanker on Twitch out of the chat because I hate these people. Nobody ever actually does use one of those because they'll charge you and then they'll just take your money to get some And let me just see if I can ban him. There you go. I've banned him. We'll do this. And there, he's gone. Goodbye, Mr. Twitch Wanker. Thank you for joining us. So you've gone 2-1. Now, I'm actually going on this one being abandoned in case it's raining.
Oh, don't.
And then I'll give myself an extra 2 points. No, like you, I can't see Blackburn winning this. You know, we've spoken about their owners before. They're not really interested. I think as long as they kind of don't get relegated, although they have been relegated to the third tier under these owners. But their performances have been reasonably good. 0.69. I am going to go Blackburn Rovers 1, Stoke City 3.
3-1.
Now, let me just go because I did take it out. Craig went 1-0 to Blackburn. And Michael also went 1-0 to Blackburn. Sorry, guys, I'm going to sneeze. I tell you what, you talk about the next game while I just sneeze.
Hull Chef U. It's the Chef U. Again, we say it every single week, don't we? I back them to win most weeks. I think the only week I haven't backed them to win, they actually won. Sort of every week I'm expecting them to come good. Hull have had quite a few decent results as of late. I think they've drawn quite a few, but the team sort of seems to be gelling a lot better. McBurney's scoring goals for them now, and I think their place has always been it's been a tricky place to go and play, and especially to go and win. I'll let you go first on this one, but I'll end this on, I think, I will say I'm not going to back Sheffield United to win. Let's put it that way. And it's so hard because again, Hull are just there's so many teams in the Championship this season where you just don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah,
Said that, you know, I've sort of said Sheffield. Obviously, he ain't turned up most weeks this season. It wouldn't surprise me if they go there and turn them over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you pick first on this one, pal. But I'll just as a spoiler, I'm not going for a Sheffield win. That's not to say they won't draw, but
Craig's already got in there with a 2-2. He's now changed his mind. He's now gone 2-1 to Hull. 36% probability for Hull. 35 for Sheffield United, which I don't know what you drink. I really don't. Drawn, lost, one drawn for Hull. Then you've got lost, one, lost for Sheffield United. Look, back Chris Wilder. So a lot of these stats, I'm thinking, are going to change. I think the thing with Hull is they must so regret getting rid of Liam Senior because it's gone absolutely shit for them since they have done. I'm not sure. This is Hull are in 18th. They've won 2, drawn 3, lost 3, but they can score some goals, Hull. And that's the one thing, although they've conceded 16. They've scored 40. I'm going to go Hull City 2, Sheffield United 3.
Oh,
I know. And this is why I'm doing so badly in the prediction league.
the thing is, Chris, you pull me up on this a lot, right? You're back in Sheffield United scored 3 goals in one game, but they've only scored 3 all season so far.
Can I explain why?
Go on.
Because Hull have conceded 16.
It's a fair point.
You hadn't thought about that, had you?
No, I've not. To be honest, I thought I was being clever there, but
yes, I know you were, and I'm like, just burnt you.
I'm gonna go. I'm I don't want to say 1-1 because I've already picked a 1-1. I don't have too many of them, so I'll go 2-2 on this one.
You're going for a Desmond, right?
Yeah.
So a team that had only scored 3 goals. You think going to get 2?
You swayed me. You swayed me, Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron. That just came right back and bit you on the ball, didn't it?
What the fuck do I know about football? Do you know what I mean? I've been on it now for about 5 weeks, and I've only had one decent week, and that was last weekend. So don't take what I say for granted.
No, you and me both, mate. I can say that if there's 2 worse people to host this, it's you and me, isn't it? It's like Bonnie Blue hosting like How to Stay a Virgin show, isn't it? Really? You know what I mean? It's never going to happen. And I think I'm all right with that name coming up on the details later. Michael said it's difficult to predict. Everybody picks against Wednesday and they keep picking up points. It is just so. And we're proving how difficult it is. Right, next up. Talking of Sheffield Wednesday. As we were. Michael's gone 2-1 to Sheffield United, by the way. I just think Wilder coming in, I think it's going to take him time, but I just think he's going to start changing things around. Sheffield Wednesday in 23rd against Coventry in 2nd. Coventry have scored 22 goals. Sheffield Wednesday have conceded 15. And thank you for that, Mike. Very kind words. The last 4 at home, well, they got a draw last time out, but lost 3 Wednesday. Coventry, 1 drawn, 1. It's only going to go one way, I think, but your turn to go first, Josh.
Yeah, it's nice to see Sheffield Wednesday picking up a bit of form, to be honest with you. I think, the spirit and the bollocks they're showing week in, week out at the minute, it's crazy, really. And I think it's just come out again this week that there had another month when players that have they've been paid. So
they'll get a bigger point deduction than us, to be honest with you.
It looks like it's heading that way, mate. But you know what? Fair play to them. The players are turning up every week. They're putting a shift in, and they're grafting the bollocks off. So it's really good to see. But this week, I think Coventry are going to be far too strong for them, mate, and I can see it being a fairly big scoreline. So I'm going to go for Coventry to score 4 again away in the space of a week or a few days, actually. So I'm going to go Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry 4.
Josh.
Go on.
I'm going to change mine.
Okay.
Because I have actually written down, before you said it, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry City 4.
Oh, there you go. You see, we both know nothing.
However, I am going to change that. I'm going to go 0-4. So Sheffield Wednesday 0, Coventry City 4. Because Coventry City have conceded only 1 less goal than Sheffield Wednesday have scored. I mean, look, Coventry City's team rating on Footbro, or whatever it's called, is 7.15. It's the top. No better team on performance. And what they do is, obviously, every game each player gets his mark, and they add them all together and do the average. And at the moment, Coventry City are sitting at the top with 7.15. 4 clean sheets. 50% of their season have kept clean sheet. I mean, they should be being sponsored by Andrex, shouldn't they? Really, you know. And I'll just go back, Michael. He did say, "Now you're better than the other woke nonsense prediction channels." And look, it's a laugh. That's what it is. We know we're shit. You know, we're shit and we know we are. We're not trying to hide it.
Okay. First I heard about it, are we?
Some of us more than the other one. I'm going to say that, after last week, it's 0 for me. But it's all about having a laugh and a joke and doing it. And we know that we're going to get all of these wrong. And I think it's been made harder I think it's been made harder because this year we're just doing the Super 6. So you can have a great week and get maybe 7 points on the other 6, but only get 1 point on the Super 6. And that's what's made it interesting. And exactly, it's entertaining, says Michael. Steve is in. Hang on, Michael. I'm great at predicting. Well, I won't go that far, mate. No, I'll be honest with you. You're not in the league. So if you want to join, you'll be a bit late because you've got 8 weeks to catch up on. But Josh is only sat there on 7. So you can probably...
I was going to say please join, but fucking soon overtake me, wouldn't it? Jesus, it wouldn't take long.
Fortunately, Steve does know his football. How you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming on earlier and doing the Susan Whelan bit for me. He loves a bit of Susan Whelan, does Elm. Our first Super 6 match, Bristol City versus Queen's Park Rangers. Queen's Park Rangers. You shouldn't mix cider and vodka, should you? 47% for Bristol, 24% for QPR. Bristol drawn, lost 1-1. QPR drawn, 1-1-1. I mean, QPR again. Who would have predicted them to have this sort of a season?
Again, they sort of started off slowly. It's only 8 games gone, but they are picking up results here and there, and they're quietly, I think what they like you say at the minute, what are they, 10th in the league, is it? So they're good. I think they're going to be there or thereabouts, mate. They made some very good signings. Obviously, signed Kone, who we were after supposedly, and he seems to be hitting goals for them. So I think QPR will be. Whether they'll make playoffs or not, I don't know, but I think they're going to be definitely in with a shout. But for me, mate, I can't see anything past the Bristol City win after saying all that, because at home, Bristol City, I know they're a good team, good setup, play good football. I rate the manager as well that they've brought in for this season. So I went for Bristol City 2, QPR 0.
Ooh, that was close. QPR are actually shit at defence. 0% they got on the defence. And their XG isn't exactly much good either. But they have kept one more clean sheet than Bristol. 6.71 is their rating. 5th versus 10th. I can see. Do you think Bristol will play 2 up front?
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
That's a joke, mate.
You are Bristol. Did Bristol play 2 up front? What do you mean?
Do you not know what Bristol's is a slang for?
No.
Just think of Katie Price.
But how's that work, though?
I've no idea. I didn't make these things up. I'm just old enough to remember them. Usually my kids, I say something and my kids will turn around and they'll just go, it's a dad saying, isn't it?
I remember that one.
Oh dear. That went wrong, didn't it? Really?
I've never heard of it, mate. Never heard of it.
You've got me doubting myself now. I'm going to ask over it. What do you reckon? Bristol's. You don't get this on other predictions shows,
That's it, exactly.
Slang for. In British slang, Bristol's refers to a woman's breasts. It is an example of Cockney rhyming slang, by the name of the football club, Bristol City.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
Bristol City.
You could use it. You could use any city though. Oh, she's got a nice pair of Manchesters on her. You know what I mean? Cracking pair of Leicester she's got. Do you know what I mean?
I think you get away with it if you said that, where everybody, well, of a certain age would know it was Bristol. And of course, there's 2 teams in Bristol, so you got that sort of link as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun. That was, wasn't it? You know, I could say, Michael, tell me, where else do you get this sort of content on a prediction show? You don't. You don't.
Well, every day's a school day, isn't it? So I've learned something today.
Indeed. Right, you've gone 2-0. Look, they've both scored 11. QPR have conceded more, though. No, they haven't. Sorry, Bristol have scored 14. You don't, said Michael. And I'm going to go 2-1 to Bristol. Now, Craig has got Bristol out in front. And he's got... I'm wasting my time now.
I've just clicked on to what you said.
He's gone 1-0 to Bristol, and Michael's gone for a very, very firm 1-1. I only said it for a laugh, but I think I boobed. So it's good to see I'm getting a titter at that.
I like the firm one. We're going for a very firm 1-1. I like that.
Should we move on from Bristol?
Yeah, let's move.
Derby County are hosting Southampton. 33% for Derby, 38% for Southampton. Neither of them had very good starts. Derby in 20th, Southampton in 14th. Drawn, lost, 1 drawn for Derby. 1 drawn, lost, drawn for Saints. They're not getting a run together, but they have only lost 1 in the last 5. But look, you know, they're in 14th and they have climbed a little bit, but that's not good enough for a relegated team, is it?
Yeah, like us, mate. I think a lot of neutral fans sort of saw us come down, Southampton, Ipswich, and thought we'd be not walking the league, because I think walking the championships, it's always going to be difficult. But I definitely think they expected Southampton to be up there and Ipswich alongside us. You could sort of say, you know, at least in the playoffs. And you know, I think good win against Sheffield United midweek away at Bramall Lane. I think that'll stand them in good stead. I think, like us, they're really powerful, and like any team in the championship, when you're trying to at least fight for the playoffs, you need consistency. You need to go on a really good run of games. You know, 8, 9, 10 games where you're picking up most of the wins and chucking a couple of draws just so you can sort of pull yourself away from the chasing pack. Really, so and a good place to go and get another win on the bounce. To be honest with you, Derby have been fairly poor this season. I think they've only won 1 game so far. Signed a lot of players as well. You know, team's still probably waiting to gel a little bit. So maybe a really good time to play them. So for that, I've gone for a 2-1 Southampton win.
Oh, okay. So you can at least see Derby ramming 1 home then.
Indeed, yeah. At least 1. Yeah, and I just think, you know, Derby, to be fair, they do score goals, but you know, the trouble they're having is keeping them at the other end. So it's so that's why I've gone for a 2-1. I think it'll be fairly close, but Southampton will take the points.
Yeah. Michael and Craig have both said that the Saints will march on to a 2-0 win. Oh, they're coming thick and fast here, aren't they? March on, though, when the Saints marching in. As you know, I'm not a fan of Will Still. In fact, I'm still not a fan of him. Why do I fucking bother? I think Derby have got 4 draws. Southampton have got 4 draws. Guess what I'm going for?
Southampton win.
1-1. 1-1. That was our second Super 6. Excuse me. Now, Millwall hosting West Bromwich Albion. Everybody hates going to play at Millwall. Look at this though, 35% probability. Are you pissed, AI? I'm sure you are when you do these. 37% for West Brom. Lost, drawn, won, drawn, lost. Millwall, won, drawn, lost, won for West Brom. You can't really put a bit of toilet paper between them. The last four, because we've not played 5 games yet, at home or away. Lost, won, lost. The Millwall, won, won for West Brom. West Brom, pretty much a very even team, 59% both forward and back. Millwall, 10. And look, you can see with Millwall, they're 6 goals scored, but 12 conceded. Am I going first with this one?
Indeed.
It's hard because it's at the Den. But that said, Coventry went there last night and put 4 away. West Brom are up in 4th. Millwall down in 12th. This is going to be a tight one. No, again, not you, AI. Stop it. I could do a whole compilation show of AI. Yes, I bought the gel. Okay, make it easier.
The gel.
Stop this. Oh, this program is brought to you by K White Jelly. Oh dear. Michael says Wrexham won 2-0 there. I'm going to go 1-0 West Brom. I think it will be tight. No, shut up. I think it will be close. But I am going for a slight West Brom just to edge it.
See, I've gone the other way, mate. I've gone 1-0 Millwall. I think
this is a 1-1 now. I think we should share the points.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I think we should come to some sort of agreement on it. I think Millwall they've tailed off slightly, but as you say, I always think they've got a massive chance at home. West Brom obviously against us last week. They played really well, to be honest, but they didn't really create a lot. It was a game where I think the chances were few and far between, to be honest with you. I know, they've only scored. I know Millwall have only scored 6, but West Brom have only scored 9. I just fancy Millwall to get the win here, mate. So that's why I went for the 1-0.
No, that is fine. And look, again, 2 clean sheets compared to 3. 6.77 average team rating compared to 6.97. Again, it's another close one. I think these will get wider. Shut up. These will get wider as we go through the season.
Definitely.
I'll tell you what. I'm only 21. I just look this old because of her. Oh dear. Portsmouth hosting Middlesbrough. Again, 31% Portsmouth, 38% Middlesbrough. Drawn, lost, drawn, won for Portsmouth. Drawn, won for Middlesbrough. On the home, Portsmouth have lost 2 in the last 4 away. Middlesbrough haven't lost away at home at all yet. And look at their average attack and defence. 79% attack and 59%. That's defending. That's very high for the 2 together. This was one where I moved it around. 7 goals scored, 9 conceded for Portsmouth. 12 scored, 5 conceded for Middlesbrough. 3 clean sheets though, Portsmouth. Fair play to them. 17th playing first. and Middlesbrough got an average team rating of over 7. Your turn to go first. I think I can guess which way you're going with this.
It's not actually. It's your turn to go first because I picked the Coventry one first. So, but before you do, I'll say agree with you 100%, mate. It's only going one way. Middlesbrough, again, they've looked superb all season so far. They've attacking, defending. They just look a really well set up team by Rob Edwards. So I think we're both going to make the same prediction of the outcome of the game. But I'll let you pick the score first.
Yeah, I think it was the Millwall one you're referring to because Coventry was about 10 goes ago. I know what you mean. Yeah, look, Middlesbrough, unbeaten. Only one or two teams that are in this division. 5 wins, but they have been drawing a lot lately. As you can see, the last 2 games were draws. Oh, poor Middlesbrough. Portsmouth, 2-3-3. It's going to be Middlesbrough.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be Middlesbrough. It's just by how many? They've scored 12. And when you compare that to Coventry have scored 22, say Coventry. Has Frank Lampard had a Red Bull or what? I mean, Bristol have scored more goals than Middlesbrough. He's having 2 up front, of course. Can I see Portsmouth scoring? Yes. So I think they'll get 1. Middlesbrough. I mean, it's too easy to say Middlesbrough win this. It isn't a Super 6. You know what? I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1. Brave shout.
I just think at the moment Middlesbrough are playing that way, aren't they?
I'm actually going for a 2-0 Middlesbrough win.
And I can understand why.
Yeah. Again, as I said, mate, I've been really impressed with them so far this season. All over the pitch, they look solid. And yeah, I could just see it continuing, mate. So, I mean, I can see where you're coming from thinking Portsmouth will score because no, I'll stick with it. I'll stick with Middlesbrough 2-0 on that one, mate.
2-0. Right. Okay. Just interestingly, on the last 4 matches form guide, Middlesbrough are down in 5th. So that really excited you, didn't it?
Well, when you say that, you sort of think, well, are they may not starting to drop off because obviously the top of the league, but maybe performances ain't what they were. Yeah. Then again, still fifth, and it's still really decent. So I'm sticking with it. Yeah, I'll stick with it.
Yeah, as Michael says, Fratton Park's not an easy place to go. He's gone 2-2, so he's agreed with my draw. Send me your Twitter account, Michael. We need to talk. Craig's gone. Well, he's agreed with you. He's gone 2-0. He's gone 3-0 to Borough. So he's not quite with you. Next up, it's our next Super 6. Last 4 games. Preston hosting Charlton. Preston in 7th, Charlton in 9th. This is as close as it gets. Look, the team rating 6.9, 6.8. Neither of them are that big in front of goal, and they are actually both reasonably stingy on that. 38%, 34%. Preston, their last 4 home, drawn, 1-1. Charlton's away, drawn, 1, lost, drawn. Charlton are actually 3rd in the form table. This is based on 4 games because if you go back beyond that at the moment, you might as well just look at the table. Preston are in 6th. Is it my turn to go first? No, it's your turn to go first, isn't it?
This is what Super 6, isn't it? Surprisingly, you say about that about Charlton. I didn't realise they were so high up in the form table, to be honest.
That's based on the last 4 games. They haven't lost the last 4.
I think we say Preston. They're gonna tail away eventually because they do every season.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll be this weekend, mate. I think Charlton are a good team, but I can see Preston winning this one. So I've gone for a 2-1 Preston.
Ooh. Charlton, everybody's favourite to get relegated if you look at the bookies, you know. Excuse me, they came up via the playoffs, which is, you know, they're always everybody's favourite to go down. And I've got a really soft spot, and I don't know why, but I've got a really soft spot for Charlton. And it is tight if you look at it, you know. I don't go for many of these.
Tricky ones to call, isn't there?
Yes. I mean, Craig's gone 2-1 Preston. Michael's gone 1-0 Preston. I'm going to go... Oh, why am I doing this to myself? Why are you doing this, Chris? You know, I know this is going to be wide of the mark, but I'm going to go for a 0-0.
0-0. God, you don't get many of them.
No, but I tell you what, there are a lot of 0-0s in the games. That said, there wasn't one last week. Oh, there was one, and it was actually Preston versus Bristol was 0-0 last Saturday. Right, here we go. Oh my God, here we go. Now, Swansea hosting Leicester. Now, we just had a deal with the Welsh, and we've got the Welsh back again. If Leicester do not win this, there are going to be fans that are going to be shitting their pants on the travelling back to Leicester, because everybody's, you know, if we get a draw again, it'll be. I'm not. I've said if we don't win it, I'm not doing a post match. 40% for Swansea to win it, 32% for Leicester. Both of us. Swansea's defence is good. We both conceded 7, scored 9, conceded 10. Attacking defences are pretty much equal. XG 1.3, 1.26. Clean sheets 2-3. 8 playing 6. Oh my God, how do you split these? Who's going first with this one?
It's you on this one, pal. Just quickly on it. It's not really a game that you want to be going into on the back of 4 draws, really, because Swansea they've been quite impressive this season, to be honest. I think Alan Sheehan's really got on playing. Had this been at the King Power, I think I'd probably fancy us to maybe have more chance of winning it, but because it's away from home, it's sort of swaying my thinking. Well, it swayed my thinking anyway drastically. So, as I say, I've already got my prediction probably put in the group chat here, but I'll let you say yours first. For me, it's going to be a tricky game, and like you say, I think because a lot of fans, you want to win every game, but it's a tricky one to sort of go into thinking, right, anything other than a win is going to be quite disappointing. It's hard to say on this one, pal.
It so is. Craig's gone for a 2-2 draw, brave man. Michael's gone 2-1 to Swansea. Whoa. Michael Lee, that is. So want to go for a Leicester win. I think Marty will have kicked arse after that last game.
I don't think he weren't happy, was he?
No. I have to say that as it wasn't as bad. I mean, I gave the performance a 7. Because if you look at the second half, even there we had most of the ball, the most momentum, but we didn't put the ball in the back of the net, and that is our problem. Daka, bless him, he's never going to score, is he? I mean, he had 2 chances. It was what I called it Gaza-esque, where when Gaza missed it in the '96 World Cup against Germany.
Yeah.
I think Daka had a couple of them. Ayu's not. I mean, the other Michael's gone 2-1 Swansea. God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to go. Or do I? Oh my God! Oh, God, it's worse when you don't predict early and put them in, and you've got to stick with it. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't decide between Swansea 1, Leicester 2, or Swansea 1, Leicester 1.
I'll tell you now. I've gone for one of them.
Well, that narrows it down. Right, I'm gonna dive in here because it's Leicester. I'm gonna go Swansea 1, Leicester 2.
I hope you're right, Chris, but I've gone for Swansea 1, Leicester 1 to make it 5 draws on the bounce.
Yes. Yeah. Swansea are playing well. I mean, we're in 17th in the form table. They're in 10th. They've drawn 2, won against Blackburn, which was that hard really, and lost to Birmingham. Yeah, I just think we need a win. We need a win. And look, I think Marty was saying it was a great performance. And like I said, it's the best 45 minutes I've seen us play. But we have to get clinical. Fortunately, we're going to have to rely on Monga, Mabadidi and Fatawu for the goal. Interestingly, Ramsey should be back.
I don't think he'll start, though.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
He's so good in that number 6 role.
What did you think to Deco Dover-Reid quickly on Tuesday?
I thought he was very good.
I did. I really liked him there.
In that role?
Yeah. Good on the ball. He dropped in when he needed to pick the ball up. Obviously hit the post. He was unlucky with that. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him start again there on Saturday, to be honest.
I wouldn't mind if he didn't, I have to say.
Yeah.
When I saw that team at an hour before kickoff, I looked and I went, "What the fuck?" Because he's a winger, but that just role was kind of made for him. In fairness, I think he probably did it better than Ayew.
I think so, yeah, because he offered us a lot more. He sort of did what Ayew does every week. I mean, again, with Ayew, he gets a lot of stick. I think he grafts hard and he does work hard, but he's not really an attacking threat that we need. So for me, if Ramsey doesn't start, I think I'd definitely put Deco Dover-Reid there.
I think so. But obviously, I know. But whatever, please do not, Marty, please do not put JJ back in that role. He was so much better in that number 6 role next to Wing, So, you've gone for 5 in a row. Interesting.
Yeah.
Just remember who went for that. If that's the result, you know who to blame. I wouldn't drop anybody in it, but if that's the result, message me. I'll give you Josh's contact details. Watford hosting Oxford. 45% for Watford, 27% for Oxford. Watford lost 2 in 5. Oxford just the 1. The last 4 away. 1 loss, drawn 1, and drawn 1, lost for Oxford away. Sorry, that was Watford's home. Goals scored, 9-10 conceded for Watford, 9-11 conceded for Oxford. XG slightly higher for Watford. Clean sheets. Oxford have not kept clean sheet this season. And that they are the only club. I spent 10 minutes on the list trying to find where Oxford was before I realised they only went 1 to 23. Because these guys didn't even get on the list. 16th played 21st, 6.78, 6.68 with the team rating. I've got my ideas, and I'm going to write it down now. But you go with yours.
Again, yeah, another really easy one to predict. This, ain't it, Chris? Really, it's.
Well, you're talking yourself out. Whatever you've gone for,
I know.
You'd have been really comfy in predicting, wouldn't you?
I don't know why I do it to myself, because I think to myself, right, I'm definitely going to stick with this, and then you bring the stats up, and I think, oh, bollocks. you bring up the stuff that actually matters, and will give me an idea of where the result could go. And it all gets to shit for me. Again, both teams not been overly impressed. Oxford, you could sort of say, well, maybe they are where a lot of people thought they would be. Same with Watford, really, I guess. Watford could just shade it being at home, but again, they're just for me the most unpredictable team in the league. I will go for another 2-2 on this one, mate.
Oof. You're liking your Desmonds today, aren't you?
I am indeed. I think it could come back and bite me on the arse, though, but I can't split them. I think defensively they're both not the greatest. Yeah, 2-2 for me, mate.
2-2. Okay. Now, interesting. If you can stay on at the end, I've just had a thought, actually. So if you can just stay on at the end when we finish the show, mate, very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Long. This is a very tight one again. I think Oxford are going to struggle this season. Watford will probably end up mid-table non-entity. There's a couple of 2-1s in the chat. Well, there's 1-2-1, which is what Craig's gone for. Look. Oxford.
I think, mate. Sorry, just cutting you off. I think this is probably one of the hardest weeks to call so far.
Yes, I think you could be right there. We will stick with that excuse if we don't do well.
Yeah, let's just get that in now. So if it all goes to shit,
I'm going to make a note of that. Josh,
we can all rewind back to this and say, well, Josh did say it was an hard week to predict. So
I'm writing that down. And the time is what was the time? 8:24. No, I could use that as an excuse.
There you go. You see, what you want to do is what you want to do is, Chris, as well, get printed and put it on like a canvas behind you. You know, like when you see them on Etsy and all that, and just have a picture of my face like that, and then with the quote next to it.
Yes, indeed. If only I had the money. Look. I can see I can see what you've done and why you've gone for that. Totally. Like I say, Oxford haven't kept a clean sheet. They need Kleenex more than anybody. I've gone for a very, very close 1-0 Watford win.
1-0 Watford.
Yeah.
Again, mate. I could see it happening, pal. I can really see it happening. It's as I say, I know we just both took the piss and basically out of me saying it's a tough week, but I really, you look at the fixture and I think it's so hard to call this week.
Yes, yeah, indeed. Yeah, have a good night, Craig. All the best, mate. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah,
Right, I couldn't not pick this one. Ipswich versus Norwich, the East Anglian derby. East Anglia, it's where the marriage guidance counsellors work for Related. Think about that one.
Say that again. I did hear you.
Where the marriage counsellors, the marriage guidance council service in East Anglia is called Related.
Okay.
56% for Ipswich, 19 for Norwich. Ipswich finally putting on a good bout of form. Drawn, not lost in 5. Norwich, though, have lost twice and won once. Away from home, though, Norwich, look at that, drawn, 1-1. Exactly the same as Ipswich at home. But Ipswich have got 12, conceded 7. Now, here's the bad news. Norwich scored 10, but we conceded 11. And the XG for Ipswich is a whole 1 point above Norwich. And they both kept 1 clean sheet. 13th plays 19th. Your thoughts on this one, Josh? I think I'll go first, but you give your thoughts.
Yeah, I think on Derby though, sort of anything sort of form, and it goes out the window really, don't it? Because I think both sets of players really get themselves up for it, or you'd like to hope so. Being a supporter of either of these teams, Norwich, they always every season you sort of think, right, they're really gonna push for the playoffs and they'll be up there, maybe challenging for maybe even automatics. But I think this season, as you can see, they've not started off great. Goal threat wise, Josh Sargent's is the main man for them really. And on the other side of the coin, Ipswich could say the same thing for them. They've flattered to deceive so far this season. They've been pretty poor. I know what I predicted. I know what score I picked.
Well, before you and I'll go first.
I'm not going to say it yet.
No, just to let you know, Ipswich are second in the form table on the last 4 games. Drawn, 1-1 drawn, as you can tell from there. Norwich are nowhere to be found. Norwich are 23rd based on the last 4 games. Drawn, lost. It is a derby, and it's tempting to go for a draw because of that, but I'm not. Michael's gone 2-1 Ipswich, and Norwich do like a goal, but I'm going to go the same. I was going to go 2-0, but because it's a derby, I'm going to go 2-1 to Ipswich.
Makes it a hat trick for all of us because that's exactly the same score I went for.
Well, there you go. Then there you go.
We all know we're all very smart men, Chris.
We'll all look like idiots this time next week. I mean, mate. Oh, brilliant. So let's just go through this. Here we go. Wrexham, Birmingham. Tomorrow night, you've gone for a draw, 1-1. I've gone 2-0. Blackburn, Stoke, we've both gone for a Stoke win. Me 3-1, you 2-1. Hull, Sheffield Wednesday, that was your first, Desmond, 2-2. I went 2-3. Yes, Sheffield Wednesday are going to get 3 goals in that game. Sheffield United, sorry, are going to get the same number of goals as they got in the whole season. Sheffield Wednesday, Coventry, you've gone 4-1. I've gone 4-0. Bristol, and then we come to the 3 Super Sixes. Bristol, we both went for a Bristol win. You don't think QPR score, I think they'll get 1. Hobby, Southampton, I've gone for a draw, which means it will not be a draw, and you've gone 2-1 away to Southampton. Millwall, West Brom. We've both gone 1-0, but you've gone for Millwall, I've gone for West Brom. Portsmouth, Middlesbrough, you've gone 2-0 Middlesbrough, I've actually gone 1-1. Don't know why, that's going to come back and bite me on the arse. Preston, you've gone for a 2-1 home win against Charlton, I've gone for another draw, 0-0. Swansea, Leicester, you ye of little faith. You've gone 1-1, I've gone 1-2. And Watford, Oxford, you've gone for your second Desmond. I've gone for 1-0 Watford. And Ipswich, Norwich, I think for the only time we actually agreed with each other. We've both gone 2-1.
We don't agree on much. We do agree on the fact that we're absolutely shit at the game. But we don't agree on many scores, do we?
Maybe we should just agree on everything.
Yeah, that's it.
We might be bottom, but we'll be bottom together.
Exactly. That's it. It's cozy down here at the bottom, Chris. Come and join me.
It is. Please don't say it like that. Josh, as always, mate, a pleasure. Love having you on. Thank you so much. And now, when is the international break?
After this weekend, I think. Is it after this weekend? I think it is.
Because if it is, there's no show next week.
No. I'm pretty sure it is. Or we might have one more week. No, I'm pretty sure it's this. I'm pretty sure it's after this weekend.
Right, let's have a look. There'll be no league games on October the 11th.
So yeah, next weekend.
Yes. Yeah. So there'll be no show. So by the time we actually do the show, the table will complete. If anybody's had a good week and then followed by a bad week, you just won't have the pleasure of doing it.
That's it.
Well, look, mate, thanks very much. I will see you in 2 weeks. Do stay on. I just wanted to say a quick word. I've had an idea. Mate. God help us. And thanks to everybody that's been in, predicting, like, share, click the notification bell, even if you're watching on catch up. And if you're listening via your favourite podcast platform, cheers for lending us your ears. I will see you 1:30 possibly. It could be earlier, it could be later, depending what time Kate gets her lunch with the team that she wants to see picked to face Swansea. And how close will it be? We were miles off last weekend. I will see you tomorrow, guys. Take care. Have a good night.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.